Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to part two of you did what you did what? um, in the last scene, we had to stop abruptly, but Xander and Castiel were having a talk in Castiel's new apartment. Apparently, the shit has hit the fan, and we will go right back into where we left off with a puzzled and confused Xander.
So yeah, I executed the High Inquisitor and I killed my Baron for being part of the Shadow Court. He looks at you.
Um, I can I can understand uh, you being furious enough to kill the Baron. I wouldn't probably do the same. Um, but you, the High Inquisitor. Um, wow. He like rubs his forehead.
You said how or why?
Yeah, why?
Do you know what torture looks like? Looks at you with a like touching his nose. Like have you looked at it?
Yeah.
Have you looked at someone having their very humanity ripped from them on a suspicion? A pretty bad one at that. There, I'm not gonna sit here and make an excuse and say that I didn't know what I was doing, I was scared, or I panicked. But in all actuality, it was none of those things. I was very sure of what I was doing. When I took my oath to assume office as Count of my father's county, it's not even my county, it's my father's county. I I took on his responsibility. Those people, all of them, as we wait for Xander to come back. He seemed to have disconnected. Do 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 interlude do 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 interlude. What part did I leave you up at?
Hello.
Yeah, you got disconnected.
Wow. I don't know what just happened,
Okay.
but everything just rebooted and
So the last part he says is when I took my oath to take on this county, I took each vassal as my own. I became directly responsible for them, for ill or for good. And I took that to heart, probably too hard to heart. That these are people that were taken from their homes, dragged out. There was no proper way of doing it, no respectful way of doing it. They were pretty much treated like cattle. Sure, some of them may have been guilty, but then who is really at who is really who's really responsible at that point? Who's really worse?
I am not condemning
Mm-hmm.
nor condoning your actions.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my position.
You're actually higher ranked than me. You can order me around. He looks at you.
No, it's like, that isn't either here or there.
Mm.
Just this has gotten so far out of hand.
It's not out of hand. This is
So
exactly.
it's getting worse by the minute. War is on the horizon, and the Queen is ushering it in free-handedly. There are other things in this kingdom that we should be concerned about. Civil unrest at this point will only serve to do us all.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
That being said, there has to be a way to bring this to an end without more bloodshed.
That's not a possibility.
It is a possibility if we do not take that option off the table.
The only reason why I say it's not a possibility, I'll let you tell me how many people have been brought back. Free
I do not know.
Free and clear of charges.
I do not know.
None. Xander, none. I know this for a fact.
Has anyone spoken with Queen Mab about this? I mean, what clearly is her position in all this?
Queen Mab has openly stated, you weren't there at court when she made her declaration. This was planned. As soon as she made the word, people were taken. This isn't a circumstance where you can easily point a finger and say that there can be diplomatic approaches or there can be other avenues of negotiation. What it's come down to is the fact that if you are unseelie, you're not human.
This whole silly thing.
There's no justification for openly barging into someone's house and beating them within an inch of their life because someone didn't like you. Someone doesn't agree with your philosophy of life. You can have a disagreement about you liking vanilla ice cream and me liking chocolate ice cream. Those are disagreements. Agree to disagree. You don't agree or disagree to whip somebody within an inch of their life. One thing is clearly wrong. And you saying openly that you disagree with that, they'll probably peg you as unseelie. Do you think the baronies and the counties I've been given now are because of valor and true victory? No, it's hush money. Those fiefdoms and those places that I've given, they'll be in a state of unrest until this is rectified. People will be openly slaughtered on the streets. Come to the table and talk. I tried that. Me, I tried, Estrella tried, and Vlad tried. And guess what happened? We're all suddenly super duper guilty. I'm quite aware that there are other things out there that we should be concerned with. The ice worm, yes, I'm well aware. The adhene, what we're going to do about that. Yeah, I understand that too. But this, right here, right now, has become everyone's problem. And to set the record straight, if it were you that were taken, I would have killed a whole lot more. If any of the people that I co-friend were taken in such a way. Because what's the difference? That could have just easily have been me. They took Vlad, stripped him bare in the middle of Parliament. They took his sword, they took his armor, and they escorted him out like a dog. His county is in a state of unrest. What if it was me? I dislike Vlad, not because he is arrogant or he shoots off his mouth. It's because even though he says things quite loudly, obnoxiously, he's not exactly that far from the truth. Let's bring this a little bit closer to home, shall we? Let's talk about Lainey. Lainey's mother is deceased. There is no accusation that of her mother's affiliation. But what is known is what? Is that A, she's a satyr with title, B, her mother was a she, and C, her mother married a Canaan. So what can we gather? That one, nobody knows her mother's affiliation, silly or unseelie. But being that the way most unseelie act, and the way most sealy traditionalists hold true to dogma, because that's what it is, dogma, they tend to marry she. She bucked the system in some way, and that product was Lainey. And bucking that system, how long do you think it'll take before some ultra conservative that doesn't like the fact that she has title speaks up and says that I heard that she was doing something nefarious, something awful. If a she said it, he's automatically assumed right. Lainey won't even be treated as an equal. They'll take her, torture her, to get information about something she doesn't even know. On the assumption that she might be that. When someone is beaten hard enough, harshly enough, they'll tell you anything that they want. How much of the fact do you think, how much of it will you, how many silly are there unjustly because they were beaten to admit to something that they were or weren't? It doesn't matter at that point. They got you. They could tell and spin any tale they would want.
We bear more of our human natures than one would realize.
Maybe this makes me wrong. Maybe this makes me more human than Faye. Maybe,
Exactly.
maybe this makes me, I don't know, something. But what I know for certain is that this is wrong. And that talking about civilities, human life, Faye life, as negotiable and tangible objects is never, ever an option. The moment you can sit down and talk passively about culling someone is the moment you lose your humanity. Maybe there's a whole lot of mixed up feelings. Maybe there's a whole lot of unresolved emotions. Maybe I haven't gotten over the fact that my father beat me from it when I was as far as I could remember.
With that, you get a hit from Commander. You may want to roll perception of defeat.
He will, but let me finish this. He beat me a lot daily because I had to learn. I had to be the best. I wasn't enough to be okay. It wasn't enough to be subpar. Castiel had to be the best. I was the first male-born child. I had to lead. There was no do or don'ts. It was do. I was forced to be silly. That was the only way I know. And then I learned. I realized it's okay to feel things. That I basically shut my off and made myself almost asexual in order to cope with the stress that I've been through all these years. Sorry. And seeing it again up in my face, I'm sorry. I'm not that good of a person. And now it's for perception of the 3. 2 successes.
Yeah, when you talk about getting there was definitely a cringe that went across Sanders' body as he looked away from you. It's that telltale sign of submissiveness just for a hot second.
Castiel will take off his shirt And he will show you the number of scars littered across his body. Discipline. Duty.
He looks at her scars and
Mhm.
like, I too bear my scars, and I understand.
This is raw, but it's just certain things that just have to be done. This is one of them. There's one thing that I've been instilled in. I don't quit. Title or no title. Being a she, being what I am, is that if nobody else takes responsibility, that is a failing on the part of the she, not anyone else. That's my failing. I am responsible for every single person in that county.
You know, I have come to learn a lot of things over the last year. And it really wasn't until I learned a lot of things and how I could learn clear. Know that I am your friend. And I will continue to be your friend. But I think we have lost sight of the bigger picture. All of these things are related. Now we are now turning to battles. We're not going to win.
What do you suggest?
I suggest that you fight your fight. You have finally found your hope. But I need to go fight my mom. In between you and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the real man.
That's not a what?
I do not think that real man. I can't prove it, and it's only a theory. But these things are happening, but we led away from our true problems. So I mean, you want to go find out exactly what's going on.
You're not going alone.
No. No, I do not plan on it.
Who are you going with?
But let's just say that these times will be strange episodes.
That's not an answer.
I'm going to go take care of the Don King problem. I think this is at the root of the core toward high school. That. I think all these things stem from the same problem. I think it's a test. I was wondering the whole why.
I think we will.
Not at this rate, we won't. We will succumb to infighting, and the Dante will make their believe. Those who are really things are really good. We will have some dancing like us.
Who looks at you and there is a it's kind of stony faced and I need you to come back. If I call, will you come?
You are my friend. You are special.
I'm more than a friend. Just cut the pretenses.
No. Above all else,
More than a friend.
I made a promise to you. The hell with you. You can help you.
I knew I could count on you. And with that, unless you stop him, he's gonna go in the kitchen. Climactic.
Okay. You will go in to kiss him, and he pulls a Goku. But his fingers to his forehead and he'll vanish.
Not that fast. As soon as you try to dip from him, he will attempt to stop you. And maybe this might throw both of them for shock, probably Castiel more than anything.
Say again?
I said he was going to try and stop you. He's not gonna let you go that easy.
You can try and stop it.
Huh?
You can try and stop it.
So are we going to dice rolls? What's happening?
Yeah, it's happening.
Mhm. All right, so roll initiative.
Oh my God. Yes, we're going there, aren't we?
It's not a fight, but definitely dude wants his way. He's not letting you get away that easy. Like, Ark, what you got?
Let's see. Um, 10.
It's more than 10. Not to say that it's not rapey or anything like that, because that's not the intent of what's happening right now. But you try to dip on him, and I think it's before you realize that he has moved. He is directly in front of you again. And he will go in for a hug. It is up to you if you push him off.
No, he will not push him off from a hug. He won't do that.
And then you get a kiss on the cheek. About it. He laughs at you.
And then he dips. Okay.
That's all he wanted.
All right. We will post this shortly. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Another awkward scene. Pretty soon, the awkwardness will go away because there will be some peace involved. Later.